This is how you make a distorted mirror face effect in Photoshop. Alright, so before we get started, I just want to let you know that if you're looking to do a proper mirrored face effect where the line of symmetry is right down the middle of the face, then you'd probably want to check out my other asymmetrical face swap video
after this one.
Link is in the description below. Okay, so now let's look at how to make a distorted, messed up mirrored effect with this picture of the rock. So the first thing you want to do is click on your image layer and duplicate it. So Command or Control J. Then just go over to your marquee tool and click outside the canvas out here and make a box that goes wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to kind of go like right here, not in the middle on purpose. I'm going to move it over to the side. Then just go over and add a mask. So this box with the little circle in it, click on that. You're not going to see any difference because we have to hide the background layer here of the original image. Now all we have to do is click back on the image that has the mask on it. So layer 1, then just duplicate that one. So Command or Control J again, and then go up to Edit, down to Transform, and over to Flip Horizontal. Now they're going to be separated like this. So just get your Move tool and move them towards the middle. Trying not to change the vertical pixels. So you can see it's 94 that I moved it right, but 0 up and down. So you want to keep it as 0 up and down. So I'll move it into the middle. And then same thing with this one. I want to move it over and make sure 0 up and down. Then you can just use your arrow keys to kind of nudge it into place. And there you go. That's our first messed up effect. If you want to see the other version, like the other flipped version, all you have to do is click on your mask and go Command or Control I. It'll flip to the other way. And then same thing here. Click on this mask, Command or Control I, and that'll flip to the other view. Now let's take a look at the 3 ways that you can fine tune what your image looks like. Okay, so to do that, you have to click on these 2 chains to get rid of them. So this chain and this chain. And then you're going to click on one of the images, not on the mask, but actually on the little thumbnail here. And you're just going to move it left or right. So you can, with your arrow key, you can nudge it. You can see it's moving to the left. You can nudge it over. I would count how many you do. And then on the other side, you can nudge it to the right. You want to go opposite. So if you go left on one, you want to go right on the other, the same amount. So if I undo that, you can see I can go the other way as well. I'm just going to nudge this one way in to make a stupid looking kind of Cyclops scenario. So I'll click on the other one now. So I went left. This one I'm going right. So I'm going to slide that right over to make this kind of Cyclops look. I'm looking at the top of his head right here to kind of line everything up. Now, if you're seeing these lines like I have right here, all that is because if I go over to the mask, the white part is what we see from this image and the black part is what we see through. So you can see there's this little tiny strip of white on the outside over here. So on this mask, I would suggest going over to your rectangular marquee, selecting that zone, and then just going Edit, Fill with Black. Click OK. That'll get rid of that side. And on this one, do the same thing, but over here. So select that, Edit, Fill with Black, and that should get rid of that on that side. We can fix anything that's missing later. And then last but not least, you can also rotate your images as well. So to do that, just click on one of your images, go Command or Control T to be able to transform it, rotate it however you want. So I'm going to rotate quite a bit here. Just take note of what number this is. So I'm going to make this maybe 7 instead of 7 point whatever it was, and then check so that I can go and do the exact opposite to this one. So Command or Control T. And that one was 7, so I'm going to go -7, and it'll go that way, and then check. Now you can just go and use the left or right thing to kind of put everything back into place how you want it. So I'm going to click back on this one, and I'm going to move this over to about there, and then this one, I'm going to move it over so the top of the head lines up again, so like right there. And again, even at this point, you can still click back on the mask and go Command or Control I to invert it. Go to the other one, Command or Control I to invert it, and see what the opposite effect would be. To finish, let me just show you how to fill in these kind of empty gaps right here as well. So if I look back on this mask, I now have a black stripe right there through the white. So I'm going to go back to my rectangular marquee. I'm going to select that zone, and I'm going to edit and fill with white this time. So that'll fill in that little section. And then for these other ones, all you have to do is combine your images. So I'm going to click on the top one, hold Command or Control, click on the other one, then go Command or Control J to make a copy, then Command or Control E to merge it together into an actual image. Then I'm going to hide these two. While I'm on this layer, I'm going to go to down to my third tool here, the polygonal lasso. If you don't see it, just right click and go to polygonal lasso. And you're just going to select sections, one section at a time. So I'm going to click around here, back to the start, and then just go Edit, Fill, and change contents to Content Aware this time. Click OK. That'll fill in that section. Then deal with your bottom corners if you have them. Down here, Edit, Fill, Content Aware. And then the last section over here, I'll crunch down like that. Boom, Edit, Fill, Content Aware. That should fix everything up and make it look pretty good. For other face effect tutorials, make sure to watch one of the videos that's on the screen right now.